Number line subtraction, day 9. All right, kids, I hope you have loved the last couple weeks of learning about number line subtraction. It absolutely is one of my favorite ways. So I hope it makes sense to you and you're playing around with it and doing all of the problems a couple different ways and comparing them with someone else and just having fun exploring number sense and good thinking. Get your whiteboard and let's get working. All right, 653 minus 288. Now let's look at this problem for a minute. We're almost subtracting 300. If I rounded that up, we would be saying 653 minus 300 equals 350. So our answer is going to be right around 350. So let's go to work now and see how good we are at estimating. All right, remember in second grade, we only put the numbers we need. Can you imagine doing this like you did in first grade and putting 289, 290, 291, 292? We would never make it to 653. We would give up. So remember, we needed 288. And I would go to your next big benchmark, which is 300. If you need to stop at 290 first, go ahead. But if you think about it, 288 plus 2 is 90. So we just need to add a 12 to get it to the 300. Notice we have an 80 plus that 10 is 90. And 8 plus 2 is a 10. So that makes words to the next 100. Once I'm at 300, I can add 300 to get to 600 and then add a 53. Or you could have just gone all the way to 353 to equal 653. So 300, I look at what I have left to add, and I know I'm not going to get in the 300s. So 50 plus 10 is 60. And 3 plus 2 equals 5. So my answer equals 365. Look how close we were to our estimates. Great job. All right, 610 minus 532. Notice this problem. If I start at 532 and I go to 610, it's going to be less than 100. So you could stop at 600 here if you'd like and add the partner, which 32's partner is 68. See how I can put that there to do my 90 plus 10, which is the next 100. So I could add 68 and then add another 10 for an answer of 78. Or this might be a fun one to start at 532 and say, I think I'm going to jump too far and add 100. And what's 532 plus 100? 632. Now, how do I get back to 610? Well, 32 minus 10 is 22 that I have to subtract. So 100 minus 22, well, 22's partner is 78. Sometimes I really do like having fun and jumping a little bit too far and just subtracting, especially if I'm subtracting from hundreds, because I know my partners. 452 minus 261. So I'm going to put a 261. I'll put my 452. Okay, do you want to explore this one? We could stop at 300 if you'd like to. Or do you see how close 61 is to 52? I might want to jump all the way past it by adding 200. So 261 plus 200 equals 461. But that's too high. So how do I get back from 461 to 452? Well, that's a minus 9. Because notice 52 plus 9 equals 61. Well, who is 9's partner all the way to 100? Well, it would be 191. That one was actually pretty simple to just jump a little too far. But again, we could have added the partner to get to 300 and then added 152, which honestly is a little harder than what we did. 152 plus 39. So I have 100 plus 80 if I add my tens column, and plus 11 if I add my ones column, which is 191. 501 minus 278. I hope you're pausing and doing the work and then coming back to see how it compared with mine. All right, I'm going to add the partner to get to 300. Well, 70 needs a 20 to get to that 90, and 8 needs a 2. So 278 plus 22 equals 300. How do I get to 501? Add 201. So 201 plus 22 equals 223. Remember to always box your answers so we can find them. 841 minus 618. Notice if I'm at 618, how would I get to 841? Well, I know it's about 200, so it's going to be a little bit bigger than 200. Because if I add 200, I'm at 818. Now, how do you get the rest of the way? Well, I would probably add a 2 to get to 820, and then a 21 to get to 841. So 221 plus 2 is 223. Now, you might have just started at 618 and added a 2 to 620, added, oops, we need a goal down here. We need to get to 841. Added 80 to get to 700, and then added 141 to get to 841. So then we would have 141 plus 80, which is 221, plus 2 equals 223. Sometimes our adding is the hard part of this because we have to be able to add those. And I would probably just line them up and use partial sums. 431 minus 180. Well, this is really nice to get to 200 by just adding the partner. Now I'm going to jump all the way to 431 by adding 231. 231 plus 20 equals 251. Great job on these. Hopefully you've noticed that most of these we can get to the correct answer in only 2 jumps if you know your partners. So I put the next big benchmark, which is 200. Who is 79's partner? 21. And then jump all the way by adding 425. 425 plus 21 is 446. Notice whenever we're subtracting and the big digits are on the bottom, it makes it really easy to add. 871 minus 329. Notice my big digit is there and my big digit is there. So we're going to have enough tens to make an extra 100. So that will be the hard part. 321 or 329. We can add 71 to get to 400. Notice 70 plus 20 equals 90, and 9 plus 1 equals 10. And then we will add 471. I'm going to write that up here because remember I told you we will have a problem adding our tens. So 400 plus 0 equals 400. 70 plus 70 equals 140. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So 542. Which, if you think about it, 329 plus 500 equals 829, which would put us about right there. And then we need to add an extra 42. 289. We need to get to 471. Notice this is kind of close, so you might want to zoom all the way past it by adding 200. 289 plus 200 equals 489. Oh, we went too big. Subtract. Well, what's 89 minus the 71? 18. So we need to subtract 18. So if I do 200 minus 18, you know you'll only have 100 left because we've had to get rid of part of it. And then who is 18's partner to 100? 82. Do you see the 90 and the 10? So your answer is 182. So have some fun, play with these, enjoy them, and we'll keep practicing.